talk about the ticket prices. How big of an emphasis was getting it affordable for fans?
I mean, ticket prices to me are so important. I mean, you know, whether if it's a pro game, and I don't know how it is with the Ohio State. I mean, you know, family of 4 or 5, you know, parking is going to be more expensive than one of our tickets. So, to me, if the ticket prices could be anywhere between $25 and $75, hopefully a family of 5 comes in here for under $200. They get a great time, great experience, great football, and not only do they come back next time, they come back with 2 other families of 15. That's the biggest thing. I mean, we want to be so fan friendly. You know, a lot of the teams right now are in the hub, which is in Arlington. But what we're going to do this year, and Russ and I already spoke about it, is, you know, the home team will come sometimes in the market a couple of days before or stay a couple of days longer. Early within the first 5 games of the regular season, when Columbus has a home-to-home, back-to-back season, we'll get them here on a Thursday, Friday, and they'll stay 10 straight days, work with the mayor, community work, you know, go meet kids in school, go out there. You know, we might have a Friday fan fest here, you know, a weekend before the game. So we really want to be part of the local community. You can't be this national football brand in Arlington, headquartered in maybe Connecticut or New York. I don't even know if we have a headquarter, and then just not be here. You know, we have a ton of people that work for the company that are here, and many of them don't know this yet. So they're going to relocate most of them here. You know, they just found out, but hey, the way you guys talked about the fastest growing city, unbelievable. This is a great city, so we're excited. So it's going to be fan friendly, and listen, it's on us. Like, I mean, spring footballs. This has not been tried for the first time. You know, the United Football League is not. I mean, it started in 1983 and 85, and it's 40 years later. So either people are really, really dumb to keep trying it, or there's something there, and you just haven't done it right. And I feel that thanks to 1999, when you guys came to this platform, it's got to be the right market, and it's got to be the right stadium. You can't have the wrong market, wrong stadium, and you can't have the right market and no stadium or wrong stadium.
Second question. You've mentioned Ohio State several times. How do you feel like you guys, the UFL, can work together with Ohio State as you kind of build your brand in this market?
We're going to schedule a spring football game every year. I haven't contacted Ohio State yet to let them know that, but and we're going to do a home and home. Oh, the AD's here?
Yes.
Okay, well, where's the AD of Ohio State? Listen, honestly, for NIL money, they'll do anything. So we can get the game here if I want it. Don't worry about it. No, but what we're going to do is, the biggest thing we're going to do is, within a 100-mile radius, every player that comes out of the Ohio State program, their first, if they want to continue playing football, they'll be playing here. And if not, you know, every team, you know, with a 100-mile radius, you know, there are other colleges obviously. We're going to try to get as many Ohio State players. You know, I don't know, 20 or 25 graduate every year. Maybe 10 or 15 get drafted. I don't know if 6 or 7 make it. But how many of those? What do you call it? The local hero strategy. You know, we already have a quarterback from Ohio State. Now, you know, hopefully he'll go to some of his ex-teammates. Hopefully guys that catch the ball and run a little bit, and that's it. So think about the opportunity of those players that haven't been able to get to the next level, that still want to get there, that have had some huge games with the Buckeyes, coming out here and playing. Okay? And there'll be no University of Michigan players. We make sure that will happen.
One more for Mike.
Yeah, Mike, you said you don't have a direct relationship with the NFL, but in terms of vision, would you be open to that down the road, having some kind of partnership, or is that not?
Yeah, I mean, with the NFL, I mean, I'm looking into purchasing the NFL, you know, so like merging but taking over and stuff like that. But I haven't talked to the Ohio State AD or Roger Goodell about this yet. So you know what? I think that listen, what they built is iconic. It's the best in class. I think that we want to be more entrepreneurial. I'm not sure if you guys will pick this up. I'm not too good in a corporate setting. It just for some reason it doesn't work for me. That's why when I sold my companies to Coke, By noon, they threw me out of the building, but that was okay. So the biggest key is you got to let us be us. You got to let us have fun. Make this a great experience, make this a great environment, and we have to do things differently. We're going to have some rule changes, which I haven't told Russ about, or other ones that are in my head I haven't shared yet. We want to have some things that are going to be fun. We have to be different. We have to be different. These moves to these venues is just 1% of what difference is, and we're going to do something really, really special. And I think that the indirect relationship is going to be great for us and even better for them. We want to feed them. We want to give them players. It's already happening with Wiley or this guy, Dave and Russ, where a coach will call them and say, I got a player for you that maybe just he needs to do this. I'd like to see him with that coach. So I think that will continue to happen, but probably also happen more. And, the NFL is a great sport, and, but every week, unfortunately, there are some injuries. It's a very tough sport. Obviously, Claudel knows that. I know that. My NFL career was cut short too when I was born. But yes, my dad's 5'4". So this is my third new market in 3 days, and it's just honestly I could do 5 more. I just don't have enough teams. But just to get this feel and just see the stadium, it's pretty exciting.
How do you go about making Columbus a UFL team?
It's on us. It's our responsibility. It's we have to come out here. We have to put a quality product out there. We got to hire the right coach. We have to hire, pick up the right players that that you guys are familiar with. We have to make it where family and friends and people want to spend a Saturday afternoon or a Friday night down here and to fill in one of these seats. Quality of the product. It's got to be fan friendly and it's got to be fun. Football's fun. And this is I'm sure there'll be a little bit more pressure with Ohio State, but this is an opportunity where we can have a lot of fun and play high quality, high intense, high stakes football and give everybody a football feel that they're not used to.
You mentioned before, getting Ohio State players on the team. How do you envision that process working out in terms of kind of territorial rights?
Well, we own the league, so we own every team. So I can talk to that owner and that owner, and it's the same person. So the ability for us to say, you know what, there are free agents and there could be a draft, but inside this area, you have the first option. And every team that we have has great colleges. I mean, Louisville has Louisville and Kentucky. They got 2. And I'm sure inside this 100-mile radius, there's other colleges, not at the Ohio State level, that there are some really, really good players. And, and sometimes there's a player that gets drafted and goes to the NFL for a year or 2, and for some reason just misses out and has to come back. And, the development of players is so important to me because, many of these kids play football from 8 to 21, 22, and then they just miss it by that much. Wrong team, wrong coach, wrong play. And if we can give them a second chance, we have 50 players in the league right now that are playing in the NFL. If it wasn't for our league, I'm not so sure they'd be there. And that makes me real proud, but I want that 50 to be 500.
Can you talk about why you chose Columbus?
The mayor was campaigning, but it's a great city. It's growing. Through my, whether it was Vitamin Water or through, Body Armor, it's a city. I've gone from Cincinnati, Columbus to Cleveland. I've been to Jeff Ruby's restaurant. Does Jeff Ruby have a restaurant somewhere there?
Yeah.
One only, right? He's based in Cincinnati. Last night I was in the one in Lexington. I'm Jeff Ruby's number 1 customer. He should know that. But Ocean Prime is based there, I think. What's it called? The Mitchell Group? Ocean Prime?
Kerry Mitchell?
Yeah. So I keep him in business in Orlando, make sure he knows that. And then the Aviators. I don't know if you guys know, but Russ, the CEO, went to college with Wilbur and Wilbur Wright. They went to school together. He was a senior when they were freshmen. Just so you know, write that down. Make sure you put that down. And this is also NetJets headquarters. So it doesn't, and NetJets doesn't know that there'll be a sponsorship with NetJets because I named the Aviators in their backyard. So, and actually, I came up with the name. I really thought the Wilbur and Oval and NetJets, and it was different. And the logo, our incredible marketing team worked on the logo, and it was something different. And And again, it's all part of the fun. It's all part of having fun.
Arena football has been around for a long time. You hinted at that in your remarks. We've had the Columbus Destroyers here before. What about this is going to make it different this time?
Well, it's not arena. It's arena football outdoors. So that football field was 65 yards or 70 yards. This is going to be 100 yards. Our end zones are going to be 10. It's pro football, college football, outdoors in a small event. And when you think about the players that are going to be playing in the United Football League, these are if each football team has 55 players, let's say, forget the practice squad, right? 55 players. You take 32 teams and you take the next 10, 55 to 65. They're going to be on that field. And the difference between 35 and 55 is this close. So this is going to be high. The football has been great. One thing I've heard from the fans and I see in people that follow this league, high quality football. But 10,000 fans doesn't work. In a big arena, there's no field, there's no environment. Making the energy and the environment and giving the fan experience, it's going to be exciting. So, and the popularity of football. We're not competing with the NFL college football. We're partners, brothers, sisters, little sister, and listen. You guys don't have baseball here, so 162 games. It's hard to watch 162 games of anything. Never mind baseball. And NBA is changing. NHL is more Canadian. Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm sure they do well. They make the playoffs. They don't make. I don't know. You guys know. What do they draw a game about?
16.
16. Maybe we'll outdraw. You said that. What's your name? I'm going to say quote from him. No, listen. And what's the most they can fit? 20. Yeah. But it's, you put 16 in here, it'll be different.
Have you done any numbers on what you think a possible economic impact could be when you have people coming here?
For the league or for the city?
For the city. Any idea what the regional city impact would be?
I think you can get the mayor reelected if you do real well. It's not for me, but you get another pro team here who spends 10 to 12 weeks in the market, gets the city a little excited. Another weekend to do something in this incredible city. It's only got to add to the momentum that Columbus already has. Sometimes we'll go in a city where we have to create the momentum. Here, we're just adding to the momentum. We're going to ride the wave of Columbus. Coincidentally, I just ran into somebody. I don't know who he was, but I was much older than him, but he grew up in Middle Village, Queens, where I grew up, and he went to the same grammar school. Now, I graduated 25 years earlier than him, but it was just pretty funny. And he said, I came out here for college, and I stayed. And this is a great city, man. I'm actually seeing it. I live in Orlando now. Kids go to UCF, and then they stay in the market. Kids, this is now Columbus. I don't know how many of you guys went to Ohio State and how many of you came from other cities and then stayed here, but it's a great city. There's no reason to leave.